on City TV right now. I want to say big ups to my mom, home, big ups to any mother out here. Don't want to say anything now, but all I want to say is listen to good music and enjoy the music from Fairy Tale. Representing Sam, let's go. Oh, I Fairy Tale Nani. Yeah, I go. Remember when we used to call my mama on the phone every time? We shared memories and no stops anytime we talk on phone alone. Mama say my son never rush in life, everything's gonna be fine. So me take my time, me study the word, and I'm a greater person. Oh Lord, oh, I love you, Mama. I love you, Mama. I love you, Mama. Hey, I love you, Mama. Singing now, she never sell me out, always treats me right. She make me feel like a prince in the day for real. Me mama prayed for me anytime she a gone to bed. Me mama knows say man a star, so me not fi fall. Hey, she never made me go hungry. Always tell me say he go be. Mama tell me say my son stand tall. So no time I love you. Singing now, I love you, Mama. I love you, Mama. I love you, Mama. Representing Fairy Tale in the building. One love, respect. We're rolling. We go.
Good morning. Welcome to Breakfast Daily on City TV.
Yeah, it's always exciting to be here. Well, it's another great day, another start of a great week. There's always an opportunity to do something different.
Yeah. How was your weekend? What did you do? It was
awesome. I had a packed weekend. I mean, I had so much to do, but yeah, we got on our side. We managed to finish it all.
I'm glad you did.
How was yours?
It was okay. I tried to rest a little bit.
Oh, great.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. My name is Dziffa, Ametam.
And mine is Tuffour Boateng. We're promising you a fantastic show today. There's so much to talk about, so much to learn. But first off,
let's take a look at our quote of the morning. And this is coming from Henry Ford. Anyone who stops learning is old, whether at 20 or 80. Anyone who keeps learning stays young. The greatest thing in life is to keep your mind young. Wow.
That's an interesting one. I keep saying that life itself is a perpetual teacher, so there's no way you can stop learning.
Yeah.
You get to learn something new every other day. I mean, it could be formal education, it could be something you're picking up from the street, it could be some knowledge you're picking up even from a friend through a normal conversation.
Yeah.
But no matter what it is, you never stop learning. You need to keep it on, continue learning and learning, because I mean, there are new things every day. Something new comes up every day. You might think you know it all,
but you don't.
You'll be surprised.
I actually think you stop growing when you start to think that you know it all, because every experience is an opportunity for you to learn something new and be a better person.
Yeah, and don't limit your scope. I mean, you might be good in one particular field. Step out of that field sometime and try something new. You
what are some
never
of the
know.
new things you've tried in your lifetime that you thought you wouldn't be good at?
Okay, so I don't know if you watched Upside Down, but you would have seen me singing.
When did you know that you even had that standard?
I have no idea. But yeah, I mean, once you're put out to the challenge is thrown at you, you take it, you grab it by the horn, and then...
How was it? Did you enjoy it?
Oh, it was fun. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Now, over the weekend, City FM,
Yay.
City Breakfast Show, won the GJA Radio Station of the Year.
Yep, and of course, the breakfast show on 97.3 City FM won the English Breakfast Show of the Year. That is the 25th GJA Awards, but of course, there's also the 2019 GJA Awards. And yeah, we picked up two awards: English Breakfast Show of the Year and the Best Radio Station, English category of the Year. We want to say thank you to you guys out there, all the listeners of City 97.3 FM. This is for you.
Yeah, couldn't have done it without you guys. Without you listening every morning, every day, it wouldn't have been possible. So thank you. And it's refreshing.
Hey, it's heavy.
It is. I was actually really surprised.
It is heavy.
Like, this is quite heavy.
Yeah, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I mean, we're grateful to all of you out there for your support. We appreciate you so much. If only we could break this into several bits so we share with all of you, we could have. But unfortunately, we cannot do that. And so, yeah, we're grateful to you. And then also, we had a number of people also picking up several awards from other media houses. We say congratulations to you as well.
This is like the third time we've won, by the way.
I think the breakfast show has won 4 times in a row, I think. Yeah.
It's not even news for us to win anymore. But we thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Without you, it wouldn't have been possible. And then Keyboard Idol grand finale was this weekend.
Oh boy.
You know, from the very beginning, I said a woman was going to win.
Yeah, you did.
I predicted that a girl would win.
Girl power.
Should we take a look at what happened over the weekend?
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
The 7 contestants who were trained by accomplished judges over the past weeks dazzled viewers with their amazing performances at the grand finale of City TV's Keyboard Idol competition at the Silicon House in Accra. Iradra Obobia Boateng, Nana Kweku Yeboah, Nana Nkrumah Boando, Justice Kwanzaa, Joel Yani Jr., Kelvin Yeboah Champon, and Euro Yeboah Afre dished out classical music, high life, and band music during the 3 rounds of the competition. After the first round of the grand finale, Nana Kweku Yeboah and Justice Kwanzaa were evicted.
The next contestant to leave is Nana Kweku. The next person to leave the Keyboard Idol competition is Justice.
The journey was over for Joel Yani Jr. and Nana Nkrumah Boando after the classical round of the night.
The next person to leave the Keyboard Idol competition is Joel. The next person to leave the Keyboard Idol competition is Nanayao.
The judges, Dr. Alfred P. Adakwe, Kwame Yeboah, and Kwakwe Solomon Hansen, all had a good time watching the contestants bring on their A game. Now, at the third and final round of the competition, Iradra Obobia Boateng, Kelvin Yeboah Champon, and Yorol Yeboah Afre, wild patrons as they played with the band. By this time, it was apparent that the judges, who wielded 80% of the power to determine the winner, had a real competition on their hands. The voting public contributed 20% to the tally. At the end of the competition, Yorol Yeboah Afre came third and took home a cash prize of 3,000 Ghana cedis and other promotional prizes. Kelvin Yeboah Echampon came second and took home 5,000 Ghana cedis and other promotional prizes. Iradra Obobia Boateng was adjudged the first ever keyboard idol, going home with a grand prize of 10,000 Ghana cedis and other souvenirs from sponsors of the competition.
The winner of Keyboard Idol Season 1 is walking away with 10,000 Ghana cedis, a tablet, 3 months free music training, and an Asanka device. The winner is Iradra, walks away with 10,000 Ghana cedis. And to present the first prize, we have Mr. Farid Dawood, and that's her father raising her up.
The maiden edition of City TV's Keyboard Idol was sponsored by Santor Energy, Asanka powered by Tech Aid, and Faithworks Music School.
And Iradra went home with the prize.
Congratulations to her.
It's adorable.
Yeah, I mean, he was overjoyed. He just had to carry her in the air and celebrate her like the idol she is. Congratulations to you, Iradra.
Yes.
But then again, congratulations to all the contestants. I was rooting for Nana Kweku.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
He's that guy with the attitude.
Just the swag alone is
I
enough.
know, and I think he's going to go places. He's a performer, actually. I mean, the way he hits the notes, and then he has his head always like this, then he turns it like that.
So it's not just the hitting of notes, but everything else you do.
It's a performance, so everything you do, just that, I mean, the sound has to come out right as well. But hey, you guys are all superstars, and we're super proud of you. Congratulations to all of you.
10,000 Ghana cedis.
Yeah.
I wonder what she would do with that money. And training as well.
Yeah.
They'll be joining us later on, actually, this morning to tell us about the journey, how they've been feeling. I mean, what were you doing at their age? I don't even think.
I'm not sure.
I still don't know how to play any instrument. So I think they are all winners.
Yeah, and congratulations to all of them.
But this morning, Chef Ruby will be joining us. We'll be cooking some good food.
Yeah.
I don't know what I enjoy most, talking to Chef Ruby or eating Chef Ruby's food. I have no idea which of the two I enjoy most, I must say.
Maybe you do. You enjoy both same way, at same level. But I mean, I think her stuff is always amazing. Yeah. So hopefully today, we get to taste something new.
We are. And Akosia Konadu will be joining us, state registered nutritionist. What will we be talking to Akosia about? Should we tell them?
Let's keep it in the bag.
All right, we'll keep it. We won't tell you guys. You have to wait. But then over the weekend again, at Odododio, I saw videos of people throwing stones at each other. Someone saying we are going on our peace walk. Some people are attacking us. And I'm like, guys, we have a few days to go to elections. Do we really need this?
We don't. But you see, tensions are always high around this period. It's an electioneering year. We have just a few days to go, like you mentioned. And so you would expect that at least in the hotspots, because the hotspots are known. So you would expect that at least there will be some level of intelligence. Around this time, I mean, the various parties will be organizing some of these peace walks, keep fit sessions and all that. So you would expect that the police will pick this intel and be on standby in the event of any eventuality like what we just we saw yesterday. I mean, very disturbing, but maybe the security agencies should be up on their feet, up on their toes.
They should be.
I mean, at this time, you'd expect that they will plant people even amongst these guys, so they will be able to know what their plans are going forward. Because if not, trust me, we're human, and in every competition, whether you like it or yes, tempers will flare at some point. So yes, you can see on your screen what is happening. I mean, the two main parties, the biggest parties in Ghana, and this is just the Ododo constituency. I don't even want to dwell on the accusations or the allegations, but this is so uncalled for, and investigations should be swift. Whoever orchestrated whatever should be picked up. Investigations fast, conducted with speed, so somebody is used as a scapegoat to stop some of these things from happening. Because if we don't, this might escalate and we'll be in serious trouble. I mean, these are videos, so obviously there's enough evidence in there.
But what can possibly cause, you know, human beings to behave in this manner? And it's always in communities that are less privileged. There's a lot of unemployment in these areas. People feel frustrated. And we need to get to a point where we don't allow politicians take advantage of us in this manner. Because when that party you're supporting comes to power, they are not going to change your life. They won't provide you the jobs that you are looking for. They won't give your children better education. Like, nothing will change. You will still be in this position, still struggling, still poor. And for what?
I mean, you ask yourself, so if I engage in this and I die, to what end?
What did you die for?
Exactly.
Meanwhile, these people, they are friends. They belong to different political parties, but they are friends. You don't see a member of parliament from the minority physically harming someone else because of their political ideologies. It's just an ideology. We don't have to hurt each other, and the whole world is watching. Someone will see this somewhere and think this is the whole of Ghana. You know, so we really need our security agencies to pay attention. By this time, policemen should be keeping a thick eye on Asawase. Gather some intel. Anything that's happening, you begin to report on it. We need to take preventive measures so that it don't escalate to this point. Because now, someone is injured. We are going to have to waste money taking care of the person. All the damages that they've caused.
Property destroyed.
What's the point?
It's so uncalled for. I mean, you think about it and you are lost, because, and my worry or my pain is that it's the youth. It's the youth. Most of these people might not even have seen the MP before, or even the candidate on the other side before. And so what exactly are you fighting for? Politics of ideas, not politics of bullets, not politics of knives. I mean, it's so wrong. I mean, you get hurt, you die, and it's for nothing. It's for nothing. I mean, there's nothing that you can point to and say, I fought for so and so party and I achieved this, or I fought for so and so party and I was given that. There's nothing to show for it. So please, the youth out there, I mean, it's time to wise up. Every year we talk about this, we keep talking about it, but it's like people are not taking it serious. And then you see, you allow yourself to be taken advantage of, you allow yourself to be used to perpetrate some of these things, and you have nothing to show for it. At the end of the day, there is only one MP from your constituency, one president for the country, and nobody knows you. So what are you fighting for? Let's share ideas. Let's agree to disagree, but drop the arms. Let's use our words. I mean, we can do this. We've done this for how many years now?
28 years.
So why are we fighting?
You know, and speaking of making informed decision, Voters Diary is that show that will help you out there make the right decision come December 7th, okay? So don't go out there voting based on personalities. Don't let anyone, you know, use you for their own agenda. Go into that ballot place where you're going to vote well informed. So tune into 97.33 FM. Every Monday to Friday at 1 p.m. and City TV Monday to Friday at 3 p.m. You will learn about everything you need to make that right choice come December 7th. It's now time for us to take a look at news making rounds across the country with News Roundup.
Good morning and welcome to another edition of News Roundup from the Ashanti region. My name is Hafiz Tijani. 9 out of 10 persons picked up by the anti-robbery unit of the Ashanti Regional Police Command at the Aswansi constituency have been granted bail. All 10 persons have been confirmed to be activists of the National Democratic Congress (NDC). The arrest by the police prompted leadership and members of the NDC in the constituency to besiege Ashanti Regional Police Headquarters to demand their release while accusing the police of intimidation. The accused were reported to have been picked up moments after returning from an evening campaign encounter. Member of Parliament for Aswansi constituency, Alhaji Muntaka Mubarak, and other regional executives of the NDC who intervened in the matter called for calm. Meanwhile, the police, in a statement, asked some NDC members seen in a viral video after they besieged the Swami police station following the arrest to report to the command on Monday. Finally, the Asantehene Otumfuo Osei II is urging current leadership of the Convention People's Party to work to make the party vibrant again. He says, although the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress are currently the dominant political parties in Ghana, the CPP can become the third force if its leadership puts in some level of hard work. The Asantehene made these remarks when presidential candidates of the Convention People's Party, Ivor Greenstreet, led executives of the party to pay a courtesy call on him at the Menchia Palace. The flag bearer led a delegation comprising national and regional executives of the party to introduce himself to the Asantehene and also seek his blessings as part of the party's campaign tour of the Ashanti region. The flag bearer of the CPP, Ivor Kobina Greenstreet, wants Ghanaians to give the party a chance to rescue the country from the NDC and the NPP. That will be all for today's edition of News Roundup on City TV from the Ashanti region. My name is Hafiz Tijani.
Hello, good morning and welcome to the News Roundup from the Savannah region. I am Richard Fogo in Damango. The paramount chief of the Bole traditional area, Safo Kotuko Feso, has cautioned residents, especially the youth, in this traditional area to act peacefully during this electioneering period or risks being dealt with by security agencies. He says he will personally ensure that recalcitrant persons who aim at threatening the peace of the area are arrested by the police. He made the comments after leading his subjects and members of the Gonjaland Youth Association to work for peace in Bole. The march, which was organized under the auspices of the Gonjaland Youth Association, was to celebrate the return of peace to Bole and also drum home the need for a peaceful election in the Savannah region. Bole in 2019 was placed under curfew following violent clashes over a chieftaincy dispute. The curfew was lifted this year following a peaceful resolution of the matter. Addressing his subjects after the march, Bole Kotuko advised indigents against preventing any political party or candidate from campaigning within the traditional area. The Deputy Savannah Regional Minister, Samuel Yeutika, who joined the march, advised the youth not to allow politicians to use them to perpetuate violence. He also called on chiefs to desist from making pronouncements that have the tendency of dividing their people. President of the Gonjaland Youth Association, Alhaji Muhammad Amin Osman, said the entire Gonjaland is excited that peace has returned to Bole. In other news, the Savannah Regional Minister, a member of Parliament for the Salaga South constituency, Mr. Salifu Brahma Adam, says he is hopeful of retaining the seat in the December polls, but this time with a wider margin. Mr. Salifu in 2016 election won the parliamentary seat with a narrow margin of 47 votes. Speaking to hundreds of his supporters at his campaign launch in Salaga on Saturday, Uncle Sally, as the MPs affectionately called, said he is confident of winning with a margin of no less than 5,000 votes. He believes his hard work coupled with what he has achieved for the constituency in the last 3.5 years will work in his favor. A Deputy Chief of Staff, Abu Jinapo, who graced the occasion, called on residents to vote massively for Mr. Salifu and the NPP to ensure development. The speakers at the event included the Special Development Initiative Minister, Madam Hawa Kumsin, and Managing Director of the Ghana Water Company Limited, Dr. Clifford Brymer. Still on the elections, City News can report that executives of the ruling NPP in the Savannah region has recommended Idrisu Salia Kamara, a brother of late Abu Kamara, for consideration by NEC to run for the parliamentary seat in the Yapeku-Sogo constituency. Mr. Salia Idrisu Kamara, if confirmed by the National Executive Committee of the NPP, will replace his brother who died in a car crash days back. In other news, government is taking steps to end the double track system in senior high schools in the West Gonja municipality of the Savannah region. This was disclosed by Municipal Chief Executive Said Muazu Jibril after inspecting some ongoing educational infrastructure in the 2 senior high schools in Damango. He, together with the Deputy Savannah Regional Minister, inspected 12-unit classroom block and a girls' dormitory in the Damango Senior High School. They also inspected a 12-unit classroom block, a science laboratory, a dining hall, and a toilet facility at the Indegura Jakpa Senior High School, both in Damango. And this brings us to the end of the news runner from the Savannah region. My name is Richard Fogo. Have a wonderful morning.
Hello, good morning. You're welcome to the news from the Central region. My name is Georgina Apia. Traders in Abra Market and surrounding communities in the Cape Coast North constituency are asking the government to facilitate soft loans for them to enable the expansion of their businesses. The traders who were speaking to City News in an interview cited COVID-19 pandemic and its attendant economic difficulties as the reason for their plea. Meanwhile, the Member of Parliament for the area, Barbara Asha AC, however, says an earlier initiative by her outfit to offer support to traders in the constituency has been abused. She narrates how most of the traders who benefited from the loan facility she facilitated have till date refused to pay. This has rendered the initiative ineffective and thus has been halted. The MP for Cape Coast North hinted that about 1,300 beneficiaries of the Maslow program are also reluctant to pay. In other news, telecommunication giant NTN has constructed an ultra-modern classroom block for Bumwa Izentem Community Basic School in the Central region. This is to replace the dilapidated kindergarten school block. The 3-unit classroom block will directly benefit over 266 pupils of the school. The Executive Secretary of MTN Ghana Foundation, Robert Kujo, blessed the company's commitment to continue to impact lives positively as well as provide tailor-made solutions that meet the needs of the communities. He encouraged the school authorities to adapt a positive maintenance culture to preserve the facility for future generations. Still in the region, the Central Regional Police Commander, DCOP Habiba Chimasisapon, says the police will not spare anyone who foments trouble during the December 7th elections. She has thus urged the youth not to allow themselves to be used by politicians to perpetrate violence. The regional commander, who was addressing the media in Cape Coast to kickstart a show of force exercise by the security apparatus to restore confidence in the public, was optimistic that this year's elections would be peaceful. She encouraged the people of Central Region to be law-abiding and volunteer information to the police to help prevent crime. And finally, the Central Regional Police Command has confirmed the death of an officer who was hit by a truck while on duty at a snap checkpoint. A Samsung truck with registration number CR 319-11 knocked down the officer at Greenfield Police Knock checkpoint near Apam. The truck was moving from Mankasim towards Apam with 2 persons on board. On reaching a section of the road without due care and attention, knocked down General Sergeant Salihu Izula, aged 39. Victim sustained various degrees of injury and was rushed to the Catholic Hospital in Apam, where he was admitted for treatment but died while receiving treatment. According to the Public Relations Officer of the Central Regional Police Command, DSP Irene Sewa Okong, the driver, Francis Akese, has been detained pending investigations. The end of the news. My name is Georgina Apia.
So those were some stories making rounds across the various regions. We have more on the show for you. We're going for a break. When we come back, we'll start the newspaper review segment. Don't go away.
We'll be back.
Hello Ghanaians, my name is Mrs. Kosi Yankee Aye. I am the Executive Director for the National Board for Small Scale Industries, NBSSI. Through the CABAS initiative, we have disbursed funds to over 100,000 beneficiaries across the nation. Several local businesses have seen the impact of our work, and we will continue to give more of them hope amidst this global pandemic era that has negatively impacted all of us.
NBSSI, a new era for SMEs.
Hi, my name is Salamatu. Yes, these are both me. You see, before free SHS, my life could have taken 2 very different paths. The SHS path depended on how much money my parents had, what sacrifices they were willing to make, and whether they would send me or my little brother Issa to SHS. The other part is what would have become of me if there was no free SHS. But today, thanks to free SHS, my future is bright and promising.
Congratulations, you have a name. He's a boy.
Instead of depending on others, I will stand on my own feet and help my family. Free SHS is where my dreams for a better future and the dreams of thousands of young girls become a reality. Don't let NDC take it away from us. Vote for NPP and give all Ghanaian girls a chance for a better future.
Welcome back. It's time for the news review segment of Breakfast Daily. We'll take a look at some newspaper headlines, then some online stories, and then we'll introduce our guests who are already seated. Let's start off with the Chronicle. On the front page of the Chronicle, we have NDC health walk turns bloody after a sniper reportedly fired into crowd. Baumia officially launches Adopt a Polling Station campaign. NDC 2020 campaign is full of sophomoric humor. That's coming from the CVM. President pleads with voters. I've passed my exams. I need 4 more years. That story is on pages 2 and 3 of the Chronicle. We'll now go on to the front page of the Ghanaian Times. On the front page of the Ghanaian Times, we have President cuts sword for construction of first phase of Tama Aflao Road, and that story is on page 16. Samson Ladi Ayenini adjudged 2019 Journalist of the Year. a big, big, big congratulations to him. You can read more on it on page 17. NPPNDC supporters clash at Odododio. We'll take a look at that story shortly, and it's on page 16 as well. Journalists must uphold ethics principles to promote nation building, peace, security. That's coming from the Chief Justice, Justice Inin Yabua, and that story is on page 13. We'll now go on to the front page of the Finder. President calls for collective effort to fight fake news. That story is on page 9. President Akua cuts sword for 2 hospitals to deliver 440 beds. Story on page 8. Nanado has brought free SHS. What else can't he do for Ghana? That's on page 2 as well. Dr. Baumia launches online portal to capture database of cocoa farmers. That is on page 4, and there are more stories in the Finder. You should pick it up and read. We'll take a look at our last newspaper. I'm talking about The Custodian. I've been truthful to Ghanaians. That's coming from the president, and that story is on page 2. Akufo-Addo starts 400-bed Tema Regional 40-bed Pong Hospital. That story is on page 2 as well. Same story. Mahama attacks Akufo-Addo over free SHS. Claims Ken is fooling IMF rating agencies. That story is on page 3. When I take a look at some online stories, we'll start with citynewsroom.com. On citynewsroom.com, we have Make Nkrumah's CPP vibrant again, with Tuffour to Green Street and executives. Achim Batabi, Baumia visits victims of church building collapse, donates 200,000 Ghana cedis. I've been truthful to Ghanaians. That's coming from Akufo-Addo. Achim again, founder of church whose building collapsed. We'll take a look at that story again. Whose building collapsed, granted bail. Turn yourselves in, police to NDC supporters who stormed Swami police station. When I take a look at some business news from citybusinessnews.com, foreign direct investments increase over 400% in 2020 first half. Chamber of Commerce calls for intensified collaboration to tackle cedi depreciation. Finance Minister to present first quarter budget for 2021 next week. NSARS protest will hit Ghana's economy if it escalates. It's coming from an economist there. And of course, for more news, you can go to citynewsroom.com. And for all of your business news, you can go to citybusinessnews.com. Now, the news review segment is interactive, so if you're watching us on Facebook, you can comment down below. If you're on other social media platforms, the hashtag to use to join the conversation is Breakfast Daily. And if you want to reach us directly, our WhatsApp line is 0550-585832. If you're outside Ghana and you still want to contribute to the conversation, please use the country code +233. I have been joined by Elvies Darkon, who's the editor of The Finder. Good morning, Elvies.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good, yourself?
I'm good. How's your weekend? What did you do?
Not much.
Okay.
Sunday, normal working day.
But Saturday?
The Saturday, I just be able to do 1 or 2 things. That's all.
Okay. We're glad you could be with us. We'll take a look at our first story here. I'll read from citynewsroom.com. And it says here, Odododio, NPP and NDC supporters clash at Jamestown. Supporters of the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress have clashed at Jamestown in the Odododio constituency. 15 persons were wounded following the attack in one of the Greater Accra region's known hotspots ahead of the general elections. The incidents occurred while some NDC members were embarking on a campaign walk on Sunday morning. Videos in circulation have seen men in party colors throwing stones, bottles, and other projectiles on streets at each other. The fighting was concentrated at the Atamils Highway at a junction called One Way. Police sources indicated that both parties have filed complaints with police following the incident on Sunday. The wounded are receiving treatment at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. Now, tensions are normally high in Odododio ahead of elections, and observers flag it as a volatile constituency. Elvis, what are your thoughts on this? You know, one party says we are going on a health walk. Next thing you know, people are throwing stones and bottles. 15 people are now injured as a result of this.
For me, I think that's a security lapse. Yeah, it's a security lapse because the police themselves have identified that in just Odododio, they have 50 hotspots for violence during elections. And we are just 6 weeks to an election. And the political activity is going to take place at the place. And the number of police deployed seems not to be enough for the event. And it has resulted in this. In the Fourth Republic, if you look at elections, especially from 2000 to now, the violence that happens in Odododio is on record. Everybody knows. It was in Odododio in 2012 that Exla and Co were attacked, and it became a whole issue. 2016, there were attacks. So it's nothing new that in Odododio you should expect that when the political activity is going on in an election year, and with 6 weeks to the election, it is possible that something of this nature could happen. And therefore, the police should have beefed up security well enough for the health work to have averted such a situation. Right now, if you really listen to the police, they are saying that sources. Which sources?
Let's read what the police said here.
Which sources?
I'll read it and then hear your thoughts on what they're saying. So, according to the police, on 25th October 2020 at about 7:30 a.m., the Odododio constituency NDC party embarked on a health walk within the constituency. The incumbent MP for the constituency, Honorable Edwin Nilate Vanderpoy, with key party functionaries and party supporters, began the walk at Opera Square, Akua, through Rollins Park, UTC Arena, Jamestown direction, to be ended at the Opera Square. At about 10 a.m., when they got to the Odododio constituency, NPP Blue Gate shelter at One Way High Street, a misunderstanding ensued between a group of young men who were in the Blue Gate shelter and some supporters of the NDC in the health walk. This resulted into throwing of bottles and stones at each other, which caused injuries to about 10 persons currently receiving treatment at the hospital. One tricycle was set ablaze during the rioting. Medical forms were issued to the victims for medical officers' report. No arrest made yet due to the tension, but every effort are underway to get some people whose names have been mentioned for allegedly initiating the fight as investigations continue. Meanwhile, police have intensified its presence in the area to prevent these attacks. So the police, they're not even acknowledging that it's between the two parties. They're saying it's NDC and some
obviously there are some security lapse there. As I said,
you still think so?
Of course. As I said, this is the police themselves said in their own report says that Odododio has 50 hot spots for violence. I didn't do that report. It's the police themselves who have done that report. So if you are one constituency and you yourself you have identified that they have 50 hotspots for violence, and we are 6 weeks to an election, and a political activity is to take place in that constituency, obviously the security arrangement should be tighter than what we have seen. Obviously, if the security arrangement had been tighter, what has happened wouldn't have happened. So it's obviously an issue of a security lapse, and there's no way I'm going to mince my words for that. But for the people who are doing that, they should know that I've seen pictures of about 10 people who are injured. I'm not sure that Nilante Bannerman, who is the NPP candidate, or the Nilante Vanderpoy, their children or family members are part of those who have been injured. I'm not sure. And all the violence that had happened in that concert, I'm not sure that any leading politician's family had been injured in any violence in Odododio or in any part of Ghana. So for you, the ordinary person who is engaging in that violence, know that the person you think you are fighting for, the family people are sitting home and are enjoying themselves. Once you, the hustler, think that you have to go and fight, you get injured, and after December 7, you are forgotten. Nobody cares about you after December 7. So people should understand that politics is a contest of ideas. Politics is not, you are my enemy, I'm after you and I want to eliminate you. That is not politics. We are all Ghanaians. This is Odododio. Odododio may probably be about family members together in one place. So why should they allow politics be a dividing factor to the extent that they could fight and injure each other in that manner? Politics is not about fighting. Politics is about ideas. They should have themselves the policies that the two parties are preaching. Which of them addresses their challenges in Odododio constituency?
Have we done enough to, really reach out to constituencies like that? Because you know that people are suffering. There's a lot of poverty. There may be a bit of ignorance in there. So as a country, have we done enough to sensitize?
But when you are poor, you go and fight and you get injured. Who are you helping yourself, or you are being stupid? You are poor, you can't buy kinky. Then you go and follow 50 Ghana, 100 Ghana, you go and injure yourself. The injury is going to last for about 3 months. Are you being stupid or you are being wise? Let's not be using poverty to defend this kind of stupidity on the part of people. Okay. If you want the right things to be done, there are channels. If you think poverty is in your area, hold your leaders accountable. Form yourself into youth group and work with the assembly and say, assembly, you have been here, you get allocation from government. You also take tolls from people. How are you using the money? We are not seeing the money reflecting in our community. We want to know. It is their duty to know that that is what they should be following. Not politicians who want jobs. You are going to use your time to secure a job for somebody's father or somebody's mother. And you want to go and fight and injure yourself because maybe the person has given you some 100 Ghana cedis, which you will finish spending within 3 days or 1 week. Are you okay in your head? Okay. Is that the way to fight poverty?
All right. On that note, we have been joined by Nanael Akua, who's Executive Director of the Bureau of Public Safety. Good morning, Nanael.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
We're discussing what's going on at Odododio. Allegedly, some NPP and NDC supporters clashed at Jamestown, even though the police didn't outrightly say that the other side were from the NPP. But what does this mean for us, especially going into an election season?
Well, Dziffa, let me say good morning to your viewers. Let me also say congratulations on your awards.
Oh, thank you.
It's to be expected. Over the weekend, I've been talking to quite a number of people, one of which is Professor Christiana, and he had some very nice words to say about your network, City TV and City FM. So I think that when I heard that you've picked up some of these awards, I was really happy.
Thank you.
And just so you know that your performance has not only caught the eye of GJ, but it's caught the eyes of other eminent citizens. Okay. So on behalf of your listeners and the Bureau of Public Safety, and on my own behalf, I wish to congratulate you.
Thank you very much.
For a great job done.
Thank you.
Now, what happened over the weekend? If you ask me, Dziffa, I'll tell you that I was not surprised. I was also not surprised that it took a while for the police to respond. Mm-hmm. I understand we are looking at in excess of 15 people who are injured. Considering the fact that only the same week that the Small Arms and Light Weapons Commission has come out to indicate that there are several hotspots across the country, one was expecting that the security services were going to be preemptive of activities, political activities in some of these places. But we did not see that. And I really don't want to say it's very classic of our security services, but it appears that's what it's turning into. They've always, look, our security services are one of the top notch in the world, trust me. But when it comes to politics and maintaining the peace, they've always slacked. They've always slacked. Something happened in Asawase.
Yeah, we'll be looking at that shortly.
I mean, these are all known places. So we should not allow these things to happen in the first place. By this time, with about 40 days to elections, we should have put in place strict protocols that will govern political activities in these hotspots. Strict protocols. But this is lacking. Why? Because it's got to do with politics. And I think it's unfortunate. I've been trying to squeeze time to just give you some statistics on civil disturbances. Okay. Last year, in fact, between January and June of last year, civil disturbances constituted 9% of total public safety and crime issues. Okay. And even though we anticipated that it was going to rise this year with the onset of political activities, the first half of this year, it actually dropped to 5%.
Wow.
So just when we were about to say kudos, then some of these things start happening, and it's going to affect the data. You know, on my school platform, we used to say, excuse my language, we used to say lizard shit, because you do the white and everyone is clapping for it, then you drop the black in. So I think that the security services should step up. And I also want to join myself in with Elvis's submission that the people on the ground must know that the children and the family members of these politicians will never get involved in some of these nasty acts. They will never. Why? Because they are busy running around state institutions collecting monies. They are busy getting jobs from the assemblies. They will never participate in these nasty acts. So today, this morning, I'm sure somebody is lying in bed with his leg hanged. He's looking at his injuries and probably wondering where the next meal is going to come from. So our people, let us be wise. As the Bible said, let us be wise as the serpent and be humble as the dove.
But shouldn't we punish those who instigate some of these disturbances and make an example out of them so that they don't go into already vulnerable communities and cause some of these problems?
Unfortunately, that's what we should do. But unfortunately, we have not demonstrated the will to punish acts that violate our very laws that is linked with politics. We have not. We have not demonstrated that will. Since 1992, we have not.
What does this mean?
People have always gotten away with such acts of violence.
So what does this say about our democracy?
Well, it doesn't say much about our democracy than it says about the future of our democracy. And it says about our state of security. That unseen hand must be chopped off one day.
Okay, we'll take a look now at what's happening in Asawase. I'm reading from citynewsroom.com, and it says here, Ashanti Region NDC supporters gather at police headquarters after arrest of 10 colleagues. Some National Democratic Congress members have gathered at the Ashanti Regional Police Headquarters to demand the release of 10 party supporters who were picked up at the Asawase constituency. The 10 persons were picked up by personnel from the anti-robbery unit of the Ghana Police Service. Although the reason for the arrest is yet to be given, the Member of Parliament for Asawase, Alhaji Muntaka Mubarak, told journalists that the armed officers raided the Abuabo library upon a tip-off that a suspect they were looking for was in the area. The Abuabo library, which houses the office of the MP, is used as a meeting place for NDC supporters in the constituency. The supporters had returned from their usual night campaign activities when the incident happened on Saturday. The NDC supporters did not, however, take the development lightly and gathered at the police headquarters with other regional executives of the party to demand their release. Alhaji Muntaka Mubarak, who is currently at the police headquarters, had been engaging the police to seek bail for the 10 supporters. He also expressed concerns that this may be an attempt to intimidate members of the NDC. I'm going to quote what he said. "I have seen the boys. They are in high spirits. They will make their statements and then we will see the way forward. The commander has assured us that the arrest is not to intimidate us. They have given us assurances that even though today is Sunday, they are taking their statements and those they believe are not part of those they are looking for, they will give them bail and we will go." The MP assured that the police will be given space to do their work. Elvis, another hotspot. Should our security agencies be very careful with the way they handle certain things in Asawase so as to not create the impression that certain people are being targeted?
Targeted for what? A crime is a crime. Who is above the law in Ghana?
Well, the MP said that it looks as though, you know, some people were trying to intimidate.
Intimidate who? And he wants to protect his position. So he's sacrificing other people by creating confusion. He's member of parliament. People have been picked up. If you care, you go to the police to find out what allegations have been leveled against them, on what basis have they been picked up. You didn't speak to the police. You say you are conjecturing that it's an attempt to what? To intimidate people. Has he found out from the police the basis for the arrest of those 10 people? So if he did not, and this is a member of parliament, and because of elections, you go and make such a statement just to inflame passion. That's why I said that, see, the people down there should know that the people they are seeking the jobs for, when they get the job, they don't know them. They only know them after 4 years. So if you are downtrodden and you think you want to sacrifice your life for a politician, you are very stupid. Because the politician wins power, he gets V8, he tells you that, oh, now I've been given a house in Accra to stay. Overnight, the life of the politician changes. You, the one who went to vote for that person, you remain in your situation. And after 4 years, he comes to give you 100 Ghana, 50 Ghana, and you go and mess up, and you get injured, or you get arrested, you go to jail. How does that benefit you? So for me, you see, if the system will help you, you should help yourself. So if your member of parliament, which politician wants to fool you, and you allow yourself to be fooled, you can't blame anybody. You should be wise enough to know that you shouldn't allow yourself to be fooled. You go and vote for somebody and he becomes employed and you remain unemployed. And in your unemployed situation, you are going to fight. Are you normal?
But aren't these same young people victims of our ecosystem? Shouldn't we be doing more to protect them?
Are they asking for what should be done to protect them? Or they are allowing themselves to be used by the people? If you vote for your member of parliament and you remain unemployed for 4 years and he comes back to you and says, oh, it's election time, take 100 Ghana, join the car, let's go and you follow me. Are you not a fool? Have you asked yourself that within the 4 years, did the MP remain employed? The MP is fully employed, get allowances for clothing, visitors, all kinds of things, drives in a V8, have all the benefits, travels abroad on state funds. And you are still there unemployed after 4 years. And he comes to you and say, come, let's go for campaign, give you 100 Ghana. And you go and misbehave. And you even get injured in the process. Are you okay? Do you have brains?
But Elvis, when you go that route, shouldn't we consider even the literacy level of such individuals? It could be genuinely that some of them
stop.
And we're not even making excuses.
Don't condone foolishness in the name of literacy. Wisdom and literacy are two different things. Don't confuse the two. The difference between wisdom and literacy. There are people who have never been to school. There's nothing called literacy, but they have wisdom. Okay. You have a brain.
And how do you acquire that wisdom?
Why? Do you want to tell me that if you don't go to school, you can't think?
No, it's not a matter of...
Is that what you are saying?
No.
So I'm telling you there's a difference between wisdom and literacy.
Yes.
If you don't have any literacy...
Has the country done enough to equip these young people with the wisdom they need to make an informed
What
decision?
does the country need to do? The country has a system. And I say if the system is not helping you, have to help yourself. If you didn't have the opportunity to go to school or literacy rate, it doesn't mean that you lose your sense of reasoning.
Fine. Okay.
Wisdom is different from literacy. Knowledge and wisdom are two different things.
Okay.
We confuse them, so that's why we are in this state in this country. How do you tell me that as a voter I should go and fight because I'm illiterate? Who said illiteracy means I don't have common sense?
Okay. On that note, we will go for a quick break. This is still Breakfast Daily on City TV. Thank you so much for staying with us. It is an interactive show, so wherever you're watching us from, use the hashtag Breakfast Daily to join the conversation. Our WhatsApp line is 0550-585832. If you're outside Ghana, please use the country code +233. We'll be right back.
Close-up deep action with antibacterial mouthwash formula and deep cleaning gel. Close-up deep action. Enjoy long-lasting fresh breath.
Welcome back. It's still the news review segment of Breakfast Daily. Thank you so much for staying with us. It is an interactive segment, so if you're watching us, just comment down below on Facebook. If you want to reach us directly, our WhatsApp line is 0550-585832. If you're on other social media platforms, the hashtag is Breakfast Daily. Now we are talking about the arrest of some 10 members of the NDC at Asawase. The police has released a report that I'll read shortly. So it says, arrest of some suspected criminals within the Kumasi metropolis. The Ashanti Regional Police Command embarked on a special police operation and arrested a number of suspected criminals to assist with police investigation in response to recent cases of armed robberies within the metropolis. The command also acted on intelligence in respect of suspected criminals whose names came up during investigations and conducted swoops within the metropolis and apprehended same. These suspects were taken at the Swami and Central Police Station to assist the police investigation. Subsequent to these arrests, some people who claim to be members of the NDC in the Asawase constituency besieged the Swami police station and demanded the release of these suspects. They attacked the police officers on duty verbally and physically. The police officers on duty exhibited extreme professionalism and managed to bring the situation to normalcy without any incident. The police command have seen a video footage of the incident circulating on social media of the persons who went to the Swami police station to perpetrate the act, especially one Yakubu Tony Idol of NDC and others who were seen in the video hitting the counter at the charge office. The police is therefore advising the persons involved who besieged the Swami police in their own interest to report to the Regional Police Command latest tomorrow, 26 October 2020. So it goes on and on and on, but the police is saying their side of the story, and they are also saying that, you know, they were going after suspects who are linked to cases of armed robberies within the metropolis. So Elvis, I'll allow you wrap up on this, and then we'll hear from Nanaya.
See, the police station is a security zone, so anybody that gathers there should be arrested and put in cells. But unfortunately, the police, I don't know their problem, because they have been so much politicized that when it comes to anything, you just have to say I'm NDC and NPP, and they are afraid.
Really?
And yeah, of course. That,
you think this sounds like
give me one.
This report does not.
Give me one evidence of
like
any political violence that the person has been successfully prosecuted in this country.
Okay, it could be the result of the investigations.
Nothing. We saw somebody shooting into crowd in this country. It was on TV for months, asking the police to go and arrest him. Nobody was arrested.
But they still have to do the investigations, don't they? They can't just go.
So
and
as for the Ghana police, they are always doing investigation. They never end their investigation. When it comes to political crime, they are always doing investigation.
Okay.
In the Fourth Republic, they are always doing investigations.
Is there anything wrong with doing your investigations to find the right person?
And so since you won't complete your investigation, more of the such incidents will continue to happen because we know that you can't complete investigations. And if you can't complete, you can't prosecute, so we'll do more. See, the police, as I've said, and sometimes I sympathize with them. Yes, people have acted on political crime and the kind of suffering they have to go through in their line of duty because the party in power will not let you have your peace of mind. The politicization of the police service, which Agozo and Kofi Boachi and all senior police officers will tell you that until the architecture of the service is changed to give them that autonomy to operate, for now they are put in the hands of anybody in government. And therefore, if something happens and the people who are involved are government people related, or they claim to be members of the party in government, obviously don't expect anything from the police, because the police does not want anybody to use its power to also come and intimidate him or her. So until we do the right thing, please, these things will happen. But we should know that the more we allow these things to compound, one day it may get out of hand. And at that point, it will be difficult to control.
Thank you very much.
The earlier we do this, the better. We spent $6 million to the Constitutional Review Commission. The report is gathering dust. And up to now, $6 million is gone. And nobody wants to implement that report because it's going to take away a lot of power from the politicians. So nobody wants to touch the report. And the people are quiet. The people cannot demand. Nobody has gone on any demonstration telling the politician that we want the Constitutional Review Commission report implemented because we spent $6 million of taxpayers' money to do that report. We are all sitting down and watching, and we expect change. Where from the change?
Thank you.
Where will it come from?
Thank you, Elvis. Anaya.
Yeah, thank you. I think Elvis's
passion,
yes, is very, very infectious, but I want to resist the temptation to also charge like Elvis. But you see, the issues confronting our nation, I believe that we need to tackle it with passion.
Okay.
I've been around since 1992. Some of the things, in fact, I voted in that election, so don't make a mistake and look at my face. At least, thankfully, I'm growing bald now, so when I tell people I'm old, they believe me. Look, the issues that occurred in Asawase, when I saw the reportage, I was taken aback. See, there's a thin line between reporting the truth and reporting the facts.
Okay.
The fact may be that the perpetrators of a certain action are NDC people. But the truth really is that our laws have been broken by citizens, or as some of the reporters choose to take it, by criminals. And for us, looking at where we have come to with our democracy, I strongly believe that we should try as much as possible and remove coloration from our reports.
Okay.
Because the moment you begin reporting some of these things, 11 NDC members arrested, 10 MPP, whatever, done this, done that, then you are compounding the situation. You are making the work of the security agencies difficult.
Well, the NDC said they were their colleagues.
Yeah, but I'm saying the reportage. It's not what NDC claims. If they are their colleagues and they are criminals, the state catches them or arrests them for perpetrating criminal acts, so be it. The state should not know any NDC or MPP.
Okay.
And I think that moving forward, the press and the media should factor some of these things in. Look, our democracy is young. Let no one think that our democracy is of age. It's very, very, very young. So we must guard against some of these acts. With a democracy that we have not been able to completely insulate institutions like the police service, some of these reportages only goes a long way to hurt them more, make them even weaker. So if 11 persons rioting or perpetrating crime have been arrested, let's say 11 persons have been arrested. Let whoever thinks that those people belongs to his party go face the police and do that. But when you begin to put these things in national papers and all that, what you are doing is you are not helping the situation. I mean, in a simple term, you are not helping the situation.
But Nanaya, this isn't just a reportage. It's exactly what happened. And the MP for the area came out to say that these are our members who have been arrested. So it wasn't as if there was an illusion that the people just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time and they are saying they belong to the NPP.
I don't know.
They are saying that it came across as if the police is trying to intimidate members of the NDC.
Well, so the point I made, I think we are on the same page.
No, I don't think we are.
What you don't get is that, left for me, you must report within the context of our democracy.
And that's exactly what we did.
The context is that we have been so polarized that sometimes we tend to politicize everything.
But they were members of the NDC.
Let them be. So let them be. Let the MP come forward and say they are my members.
And that's what he
but
did.
The police did not arrest NDC members. That's the fact. The police arrested people who were perpetrating crime.
Well, the police arrested people they are alleging have perpetrated
That's the point.
crimes.
So the police did not go in to arrest NDC members. That's the point.
But
the police went
in
to arrest people who were perpetrating crime. So that is what should be reported.
Yes.
If I were the IG and you reported that, I have every right to call you and say, Dziffa, I did not arrest NDC members.
But they were NDC members, Nana.
So I have arrested
should we look
criminals.
At the story
no,
again?
The police is not going around. Right?
Yes.
When there are other NDC members in that constituency, when there are MPP members, when there are CPP members, did the police go asking for ID cards to arrest?
That
they went in to arrest criminals.
Allegedly. Right, because they still have to investigate.
Yeah, but they did not arrest alleged NDC members.
Hold on. When you even hear what they are saying, they said that they are doing investigations and the police. These 10 members are supposed to be assisting them with whichever investigations they are going to. But when you listen to the member of parliament, what he said, so we'll just take the story
again. Did the member
again.
of parliament effect the arrest?
No.
But who did you say have been arrested? Who did the arrest?
10 members of the NDC.
Did the police say they went in to arrest NDC members?
No, they didn't
so
say
why
that.
report that police arrest NDC members? You should report who police have arrested.
So the police statement is one thing. The incident itself is also another thing, but we will just move on from this topic. Please wrap up for us.
While we are moving on, I insist that the police did not arrest NDC members. They arrested people, persons of interest.
Said in their
and so report
release.
that. If later you want to say the people or persons of interest who are arrested, the alleged criminals or whoever who arrested are NDC members somewhere in your story, you can do that.
That's fine.
But to suggest that police arrest NDC members, I think is not correct.
That's fine. So we've received some messages. Oh, go ahead.
We must understand, I think it was in your studio, that, if not another sister station studio, that Mr. Jones Aple, the Executive Secretary for National Commission on Small Arms and Light Weapons, mentioned only last week that there's been an increase in demand for gun ownership by private citizens. There's a 2014 baseline survey from this same commission which indicates that as of 2014, there were 1.1 million illicit arms in the system, in Ghana, if you like. Now, in their baseline survey, they established that between 2004 and 2014, gun ownership in this country has shot up by 850%. Within 10 years. Today, as we speak, it's been since 2014 to date. we cannot continue to say that there are 1.1 million gun ownership in this country, illicit ones. There are in excess of 2 million, because we are told that in a year, if we register, I think, a certain number, just about 40% or 4 million or 40% of guns that are registered in every year are renewed subsequently. So these numbers have increased. There are a lot of guns out there, Dziffa. So we must be minded of this and how we use or misuse the youth for political activities. Let no one deceive himself that what is happening in Nigeria with the youth rising up in arms.
Please wrap up for us.
Yes, rising up in arms, trying to get government, make demands on government, destroy state property, free prisoners. Ghana is above it. We must make a deliberate effort at channeling the energy of the youth into useful activities. If we train them, if we conscientize them to attack each other, they become masters in political thuggery and attacks. It is so easy for them to redirect this anger and energy at the political class.
Okay. Thank you.
A word to the wise, Dziffa.
Thank you very much, Daniel. Now we've received some messages from our viewers. A.U. Farouk from Tamale North says, good morning. The violence that occurred in Jamestown must be condemned by all, but the NPP must hold their breath. We don't want any violence in the coming elections. Good morning, Dziffa. To be frank, NPP leadership should advise their members. NPP members are fond of doing this. Whenever NDC is doing something, the NPP members always wear their T-shirts to provoke NDC members. Greetings. Okay, so the police again didn't mention that those people were from the NPP. All those who involve themselves in the violence should bow down their heads in a big shame. We should stay away from politics of violence and do clean campaigns. The laws of the land must drastically deal with the perpetrators irrespective of the political party affiliations. Okay, this is coming from Yao in Taifa. Good morning, Dziffa. We all should be peace ambassadors before, during, and after the general elections, in that it can speed up our development as a nation. This is coming from Camille in Tamale. Abdul from Kumasi says, good morning, Dziffa. Please let all stop the violence in Odododio and elsewhere for peaceful electioneering campaign. His Excellency President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo has been very truthful to Ghanaians since he assumed power in 2017, and we, the citizens, also enjoying massive development under his stewardship. Okay, so you go on and on and on. Thank you. Again, if you want to contribute to the conversation, the hashtag to use is Breakfast Daily, and our WhatsApp line is 0550585832. If you're outside Ghana, use the country code +233, and we will receive your messages. We'll now take a look at our next story. It actually has to do with the Bureau of Public Safety. So, Nanaya will give us more details on it, but it has to do with the police that parliamentarians are requesting for protection, 200 policemen. The Bureau of Public Safety does not agree with it, and you've sent a letter to the president to that effect. Can you give us some background on it, please, Nanaya?
I think before that, I think 2 weeks ago when I was here, I was a photographer who came around to take a picture of me. And she was so sad.
Why?
She said, my phone. So today I've worn suit and I've still not seen your photographer around. Please.
Okay, we'll do that at the end of the show.
I'm making a good appeal. Come and take a photo of me, okay? Look, Dziffa, I think in the wake of the incident that took the life of Honorable Hayford, may his soul rest in peace. We commiserate with the family. It became news. It shocked the entire country. And in the midst of the chaos or the discussions, the Interior Minister, went to Parliament. He was summoned actually to Parliament, and he disclosed that he was going to provide 200 police officers to police MPs. I mean, to provide bodyguard services for MPs. At the time, the Bureau said no. We did not think it was the right approach, and that there was a general decline, a general deterioration in the state of public safety and security in Ghana, and that there was need for him, rather than providing bodyguard services or protection services for MPs, he should work at improving the general safety and security situation in the country. And when that is done, I think Elvis alluded to that fact that day, that the MPs are part of the community. If the communities are safe, if our streets are safe, MPs will also benefit. And so there was no need.
But what if they feel targeted because of the nature of their job?
Well, I feel targeted, Dziffa. I feel targeted. The car I drove in here, when I enter that car, I do not step out. I also feel targeted. Who says the doctor does not feel targeted? Who says the lecturer, after the killing of Professor Bene, does not feel targeted? Who said the chief of Pram Pram, after his murder, ambush and murder, other chiefs do not feel targeted?
But these are our members of parliament. They are making
but these are our chiefs.
laws on our behalf.
These are
Shouldn't
our
they
chiefs.
be considered?
These are our chiefs. They represent the embodiment of the photographer is here. These are our chiefs. They represent the embodiment of the soul of our villages, our towns, and our people. So if they are killed, they should also, other chiefs must feel targeted. Who says nurses do not feel targeted? When they close from work and on their way homes, they are attacked by criminals, raped, and killed. Who says they are not? They don't feel targeted? Our market women, our mothers, who are, trekking our routes day and night, are being killed in highway robbery. Who said they do not feel targeted, Dziffa? Every category of persons in this country feels targeted. So it is important to make decisions that would better the general population, the general security situation for the entire population, than to bury your head in the sand and to say that if I provide one police officer by an MP, he is safe. In the first place, who carried a risk assessment of the threat facing MPs, if there is any threat at all, and concluded that a single police officer with AK-47 is enough? Who did that risk assessment? What level of threat was realized in that risk assessment? Who even said that these things should even be announced in the first place? At least now, if I am targeting an MP, I know his strength. Dziffa, so we cannot reduce issues of security to that level. So we have said that prior to that incident, I'm sorry I have to repeat myself, prior to that incident involving the MP, there have been 8, and we detailed that in the report, 8 other incidents involving highway issues where people were killed as well.
But protecting our members of parliament does not necessarily mean that we're taking our eyes off protecting
so
the
where are the 200 men?
It's not
the
that
question,
all, right?
The question we have raised, or what we have asked the president, it should defer that action, because the 200 men are coming from somewhere. Where are they coming from? Space.
No.
Obviously, you are going to withdraw those 200 men from our communities. Already, our police to civilian ratio is in bad state.
But doesn't that mean we could train more people to join the police force? Is that not a possibility?
So why don't you beef up the numbers and make that transfer?
Okay.
So we have not asked for it to be cancelled. We said defer. Defer, because there's a general deteriorating. The situation is deteriorating on a daily basis. So we said, defer it. You are going to take 200 men from our communities, 200 men from our highways.
Okay.
You understand, Dziffa? So we are asking for the president to defer it.
Okay. All right. Let me hear Elvis's thoughts on all of this. I mean, Bureau of Public Safety is saying that defer it. Let's train more people. Let's focus on the larger population and not just our members of parliament.
And that's the right thing to do. That's the common sense approach.
Are you saying that the approach we're taking is not commonsensical to protect members of our legislation?
To me, as Elvis Darko, it's not common sense to me, because if you are talking about who are targeted in this country, journalists are more targeted than any other person in this country. You are aware?
Yes.
Do you know that the work we do, you go and write that somebody's contract is inflated? Meanwhile, the person has made a budget that is going to make 5 million profit, and because of your story, that person is going to lose that money, and even ended up losing the entire contract. Do you know how those business people wish that you are dead the next day?
But members of parliament also represent an entire constituency. There are people are relying on them to pass.
That is the more reason they don't deserve the security. If their community is safe, they are safe. Why is it that the people who send them there, they are not thinking about the safety of their representatives, but they are thinking about they alone. The society says we feel unsafe. An MP has been killed. So it means that if an MP can be killed, it means that everybody is unsafe. And the best you do is to say that we provide security for the MPs. So Ahmed Swale was killed and journalists were complaining that they are unsafe. That one, we are not human beings. Chiefs, for the past 5 years, I can count about 6 or 7 chiefs that have been killed in this country, including some in the Ashanti region. Chiefs in this country feel very unsafe. Has anybody provided security for all chiefs? Do you know how many men of God, pastors, and imams that have been killed by armed robbers and people in this country in the past 5 years? Who has provided security for them? Okay? So if we want to go on that tangent, where are we going to get all the men for all these people? So are you telling me that the MPs are more important than the people who send them to parliament to go and represent them? That the MP deserve more protection than the people who send him there? In fact, if I were the people in this country, every city MP would have lost their election this year.
Why?
Yes,
they
because
no.
If I had my way, every city MP should be voted out.
They are passing laws on our behalf.
I am telling you that if I had my way,
watched at least 2
this
of their
is a bad policy.
Die in the past 4 years.
I'm telling you, I said the minister who endorsed this, Ambrose Derry, his people should vote him out.
Why?
To tell him that we also are unsafe just like you. So if you don't care about them, you don't deserve to represent us.
So how do we protect our MPs? Who feel targeted?
As I'm saying, the MPs, are they more important than citizens? The people who voted for them, you are telling me that the MPs are more important than who voted for them? And is that what you are saying? If you are more important than them, you don't have to represent me. I said to go and represent, you said that you are more important than me. So I should give you all the privileges. I will give you so many privileges. And the issue of security, you still have to make it a privilege. If that's the case, then please come and sit home. Let me send another person there.
But these same MPs,
it should be a message.
These same MPs, when they become ministers, they are provided with that security.
But who said if you ask me, I'll tell that the minister deserves the security?
So you don't think ministers?
For me, president, vice president, the judges of this country, and then people like the central bank governor, Domelevo and Co, they are the one who deserve security. The rest, nobody deserves any security.
Okay.
I am telling you that if the society is not safe, you can give MP 10 policemen, you still die.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
Thank you.
But what it means is that 100 ordinary citizens would have died before one MP would die. Do you know the number of people who have been killed in this country this year? From January to now, if you want to count the number of people who have been killed in this country this year, Fanek, the music producer, wasn't he killed in this country? Rocco Frimpong, was he killed in this country? GPHA manager, wasn't she killed in this country? A banker on the Spinters, wasn't she killed in this country? Which category of people in this country are not being killed by armed robbers or by criminals in this country? And you tell me that those of us who voted for you, we should remain in the insecurity situation. For us, if we die, it doesn't matter because we're not important. But when an MP dies, that is important. In the Fourth Republic, it's 2 MPs that have been killed. J.B. Dankwa and this man in the Fourth Republic. Can you count the number of citizens who have been killed in this Fourth Republic? And you are telling me that if 2 MPs die in the Fourth Republic, it is such an important issue than the hundreds and thousands of Ghanaians who have been killed on a daily basis in this country. What are we talking about? How can you build a country on this kind of mentality that once you arise to a certain position, you should have all privileges at the expense of the other people. That is completely, excuse me to say, maybe I don't use the word.
Thank
but
you
please,
very much.
The MPs and whoever they are, they're not more important than the people.
Okay.
It's just a chance they had that they have to go to parliament to represent us. It doesn't make them more important than us.
Okay.
Our safety should be as paramount as the way their safety is paramount. If 2 MPs get killed in the Fourth Republic and we have to give them security, then every Ghanaian deserves security. Everyone Ghanaian deserves one policeman, because the number of Ghanaians who get killed in this country on a daily basis is uncountable.
Thank you
so
very
nobody
much.
can tell me that idea to give a MP security makes any sense to me.
Clearly, you agree wholeheartedly with the Bureau of Public Safety.
More than 200%
on the Ghanaian public and not members of parliament.
No, Dziffa, just
Thank
to
you.
add a little.
1 second, go ahead. We've run out of time.
Look at he mentioned how many MPs have died as a result of violent activities. Contrast that with MPs who have died in road crashes.
Yeah.
And then tell me where the Interior Minister is looking, he's looking in the right place. More MPs have died in road crashes in this Fourth Republic than they have been killed through violent activities. So if the state should focus any attention on protecting MPs, they should look on our roads.
Nana Yawakwada is the Executive Director of Bureau of Public Safety. And of course, Elvies Dakon is the editor of The Finder. Thank you both for being with us this morning. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have a conversation with State Registered Nutritionist Akua Yadom right after these messages.
There is nothing more precious than life. As a driver, your precious life and those of your passengers are in your hands at all times. So do not overspeed, don't drink and drive, no wrong overtaking, and if you're tired, stop and rest. Always be on the lookout for pedestrians and stop for them to cross, especially children. The National Road Safety Authority wants us all to look out for ourselves, protect each other, and arrive alive. Thank you.
Your family needs you alive. Everyone needs you alive. Arrive alive. Yeah, if you win, no one win like that's planet. My baby, hold you low.
Sunana Abdulrazak. Last week, I received a message from Bet Planet. Come on, now win golden ticket. Nadan je injin saya ma Mercedes Benz na. Don ba ku yadda ba kuma gashi nan ga suna na kai. Bangaren gora kaman gaskiya ne. Mun na sun ce na gode Bet Planet. Na gode ma kowa.
Yeah, if you win, no one win like Bet Planet. My baby, hold you low. If you win, no one win like Bet Planet.
There is no promise we cannot keep. There is no commitment we cannot honor. There is no delivery we cannot guarantee. There is only one Bethel Logistics Company Limited, a licensed international freight forwarding and clearing agent, a trusted global brand with an extensive network for the movement of air freight and ocean freight worldwide. We are the trusted name for road freight into Western and Northern Africa. We are fully accredited by Ghana Customs and Excise. We cater for all your freight forwarding, customs clearing and forwarding, cross trades, inland transportation, internal cargo tracking systems, customer freight costing and consultancy, cold chain logistics management, logistics and warehousing, quality inspection, and much more. In Accra, Tema, and Takrady, we are always available to ensure easy movement of cargo countrywide. Call us on 0204 528 900 or 0244 707 859. Email info@bethellogistics.com. Locate us in Accra at North Ridge, adjacent Accra Girls High School, or in Tema at Community 4, or in Takrady on the second floor of the GCB building. Website bethellogistics.com. Bethlog, experts in shipping logistics.
That's kind of cynical. I mean, because I'm not sure that all that we have done have necessarily been to the benefit of middle class or wealthy people. So we will get to that.
Tune in to The Point of View this and every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. as I, Bernard Avile, get the right guests, ask them relevant questions on issues that matter to you.
When MPP came, because they were not putting money in the sinking fund.
They were not putting money in the sinking fund.
Yes.
That's why this curve is going up.
The money was going to the sinking fund, but it was not being applied to debt.
I think that there's a lot of apocryphal conspiracy theories around. And it's not different from 5G causes coronavirus, COVID-19 and things like that. So there's been this long-term held belief that somehow there are some people that have planned that they will bust hundreds of thousands of people to come and change Ghanaian electoral outcome. There is no evidence for it. There is absolutely no evidence for it.
I am saying that we have very professional herbalists in this country whose capacity I know because I've tried it. But also there are quack ones within them. And the earlier we weed them out, the better for us.
Remember, The Point of View is live every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. only on City TV.
The Point of View is powered by Airtel Tigo. Have you heard that Airtel Tigo calls from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. and Airtel Tigo money transfers are now free on new SIMs? Now you know. Airtel Tigo. Life is simple.
Representing Ferret in the building again. Yeah, FMG Bars representing. Yeah. Oh na na na, hey oh na na na. Let's go. One, go. Say life no be race, oh. My brother waiting you gain, oh. If I trouble you any day, oh, I dey be say waiting you gain. Now waiting you gain, a life no be race, oh. My brother waiting you gain, oh. If you trouble me any day, oh, I dey be say waiting you gain. Now waiting you gain, na me like a wagbo she woda mommy yolo. No more draw my tongue, no more draw my son. Them my things that we for, and get we for she woda mommy yolo. I no more draw my son, no more draw my son. Hey, I'm like a wagbo, and get wagbo she woda mommy yolo. Hey, no more draw my son, no more draw my son. Hey, all of them are bad. See anything we are do, them attack. Chat them a chat about we in the day we not watch nobody. Hey, fight for the right to live, fight for the right to live, and watch nobody. Enemies are dangerous, enemies are dangerous. Oja shiamu, life me a pray for. Woman no be God, so anything them I do, me now see them. Oja I'm a like it. What about you want mommy yolo? No more draw my son, no more draw my son. Hey, them I think so before she want mommy yolo. Hey, let do Mary bless me. So who be man, oh to caress me. Hey, let do Mary bless me. So who be man, oh to caress me. Life no be race, so rather waiting you gain. Oh. If you trouble me any day, oh, be say waiting you gain. Representing Ferret in the building. I see some clearance. FMG Boss.
Comprehensive news. The City Newsroom at 8 p.m. on City TV is your most engaging news bulletin on TV.
It's a very oh, that's too bad.
the youth are still throwing stones. They are still throwing stones here into our direction. And can I come in? I want to come in. Okay.
Telling your stories better with correspondents covering every corner of the country.
Getting access to potable water is a daily struggle for residents of Kakichekopi and Balekopi communities in the Ada East district of the Greater Accra region.
City Newsroom at 8 p.m. Very fluent with issues that concern you.
This inquiry me come from Mr. Rabbi. Someone has a bread. Told you kind of a 1 week. What do you say?
Is it unfair? What all this? What all this? We are dying! We are dying! We are dying for Choco!
With City Newsroom, your community is now connected.
In this our community, all of us, we are very sorry about this school. If we went and see the children, they are so small. Even my grandchildren are there. My grands outside there. If they come out from the school, I have to do this.
Every day at 8 p.m., City Newsroom is live on City TV.
You're welcome back. It's time to talk nutrition, of course, with your state-registered nutritionist, Akua. This morning, we're looking at hypertension and nutrition. Now, remember that this particular segment is brought to you by Farmers Market. Farmers Market is in Tema Community 11, also in Tema Community 25, Laboni, East Legon, and Spintex. So the Farmers Market, that's where you get your safe, fresh fruits, your vegetables, nuts, seeds, juices, smoothies, salad, and healthy food complements. At Farmers Market, we say 100% hygienic and farm fresh. Good morning, Akua.
Good morning.
You're looking beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Hope you're good.
I'm fine.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So this morning we're looking at hypertension and nutrition. Are we going to see some dietary supplications or dietary approach to fighting hypertension?
Of course, everything that happens to us as far as non-communicable diseases are concerned greatly has to do with lifestyle habits. And last week I said that 2/3 of what happens to us is not genetic bound. It is as a result of the lifestyle habits or practices we are adopting. So hypertension is a lifestyle disease or a non-communicable disease, which has to do with what we are doing as far as the dietary, certain things we are doing off bad or in the wrong way is concerned. So yes, it has something to do with it. What you are putting into your body can influence it greatly. So I will start off by saying that you need to be careful as an individual. I need to be careful, you need to be careful. We need to make sure that we are doing certain safe practices that is putting our blood pressure at what it needs to be as far as being normal is concerned.
Meaning hypertension has to do more with the amount of blood in the body?
So hypertension has to do with, they say muja bro, so it's not your muja that has bro, so in a sense, but it has to do with you giving your heart a lot of work to do. So you know that you are supposed to be below 120 as far as your systolic. So let's if you can have just
break it down.
So the readings for the normal, we have a chart to that so that everybody can really appreciate it. So we have that systolic blood pressure, we have the diastolic blood pressure. For your normal, it should be below 120. For the systolic, that is, the systolic is the contraction and the relaxation of the contraction is the systolic, the diastolic is how the heart relaxes. So Okay, so I would say that the normal should be below 120, and then at the top, that is the systolic, and the diastolic at the bottom should be below 80. So if you have a BP up to or below 120 by 80, it means that you have a normal BP. And where it is way below, let's say 90, below 90 and below 60, it means that your BP is low, and that is very bad. That is a silent killer. I've had the experience. It's terrible.
That doesn't matter your body mass index.
Yes, so for high blood pressure, I'll quickly just zoom in. Now, one, the lifestyle changes you need to do. One, you lose extra pounds and watch your waistline. Extra pounds in what sense? Everybody is supposed to have a normal BMI. That is the body mass index. It should be between 18.5 to 24.9 kilogram per meter square. So if I check your BMI, I need to know your height. I need to know your weight. So if I check your BMI and you are anything between 18.5 to 24.9, it means that you have a normal BMI, or you are very healthy in a sense. Now the waistline, okay, if you are beyond 25 to 29.9, it means you are overweight. If you are above or equal to 30 kilogram per meter square, it means you are obese. And we have grade 1 obesity, we have grade 2 obesity, we have grade 3 obesity. If you are equal to or above 40, then you are morbid.
Okay.
There are people who can't even move. If you are there, it means that you are morbid. So you need to make sure you have a healthy BMI. And the waistline has to do with the midsection. We've spoken about this. If you can't remember, I will call it again. So for every man, there's something we do. Your waist to your hip ratio, and then your waist to your height. It should all not be above 1.0. If you're a man and yours is done, there is a clinical way of doing it. You can get in touch, you'll be helped if you meet a professional.
But how do we measure that?
Okay,
step on a scale, or how is that done?
We did this earlier January on City Breakfast Daily, but if you've forgotten about it, there is a way to measure it. Okay, so now I know your weight. Let's say you are 80 kg, and then I know your height. Let's say you are 160. So your weight to your height has to do with the 80 being your kg, or your weight, sorry, over your height. If you do the calculation and you are getting above 1 as a man, it means that there is a problem. It means that there is a lot of fats here. That's the midsection, that's the waistline. So one way of making sure that you are being checked is to always pay attention to your midsection. If we measure 2 of your midsection, it is supposed to kind of match with your length or your height. Sorry, your height, an adult's height. So if we do that and we realize that your height or your midsection is not as twice as that, then it means there's a problem. But somebody like me, if you do my midsection, definitely I have nothing wrong with me. I am very okay. I'm fine. Yes. So for a man, you shouldn't be beyond 1.0. For a woman, you shouldn't go beyond 0.9. So if you are 0.8, 0.7, 0.8, it's like you are heading for trouble. You need to be careful. With the explanation I gave, if you still do not understand, don't worry. You can always get in touch. So one, you need to make sure this is on check, and then you exercise regularly.
Okay.
At least 30 minutes every day. For the person who is very sedentary, there are people like reporters here, they move a lot, and so these guys probably do exercise indirectly. But if you are sedentary, you need to sit at the office for longer hours. It is very, very important that you consciously introduce exercise as part of your daily routines. You can start with 10 to 15 minutes for the day, and then gradually increase it by listening to your body. The third point, you eat healthy. A healthy meal is balanced. It has staples, it has vegetables, it has fruits in there. So if we do your 24-hour dietary recall, we should satisfy every protocol as far as a 4-star diet is concerned. The staples has to do with what we call the carbohydrates, the yam, the rice, the banku, the kenke, they are the staples. And then we have the vegetables, the fruit family. So I normally, when I'm designing meal plans, I give in-betweens. That's the snack. So you have to do your breakfast, lunch, supper, AM snack, PM snack. I can do an apple here for you. I can do 2 sardine tin sizes of watermelon for you here as your in-betweens. So make sure you are eating like this. 3 meals, your 2 in-betweens. Yes, so if you are eating that way, you should be fine. And then you should know your body type as far as even the exercising and the eating is concerned. If you are an ectomorph like myself, I struggle to put on weight. I am still looking for my 3 kg after 4 years. So if you are an ectomorph like myself, you need to know what to do. Because I hit the gym, I wanted to maintain, and then the instructor did something, made me go through aerobics and all that. No wonder they were just looking at me. So you reduce your sodium intake. If you're a lover of sodas, you need to really watch it, because when you take a lot of soda, your heart needs to hold, or your body needs to hold a lot of water to be able to wash off the excess salt in your system, or the excess sodium, and that puts a lot of pressure on your blood vessels and your heart. So you need to make sure you cut down on your sodium or your salt intake, and if you're taking sodas, cut down on it. The 5th point is to watch how much sticks you smoke if you're a smoker. Now, research says that people who quit smoking live longer than the other counterparts who do not quit smoking. And for every stick you smoke, your blood pressure rises or increases. And alcohol is very dicey. You should know how to do it. If you do alcohol well, you will reduce your blood pressure if you have elevated levels. If you go overboard, you will have issues. So if you go overboard, for a man, 2 drinks a day is okay if you are doing alcohol. I wouldn't sit here and preach alcohol, but in that same regard, I wouldn't sit here and assume that people are not taking it. So in as much as we have people who are taking alcohol also watching this segment, I would want to also tell them how safe they can do it. For a woman, a drink is okay. For a man, 2 is okay. That is for beer. And for wine, 1.0 ounce. Here, elsewhere they lift wine and they just pour something, a shot. But here we want to fill the glass. So a shot is okay for you. A shot, you get about 10 calories, 10.5 calories from there. And that is not too much. That would do some good to you when it has to do with even wine, because there is research that backs the presence of resveratrol in red wine, saying that it does.
I was going to ask about that, because there are types of wine.
It does. So know even which wine you are buying. My uncle will say that I always come with my own wine, because what you are buying or what you are consuming can hurt you. If you are doing overboard, you can increase your blood pressure by up to 10 millimeter of mercury. So it will shoot it up if you are doing it the wrong way. So know how much you take, because if you are doing it safe, you can influence it in a good sense. Cut back on caffeine. Now, for the caffeine lovers, I want you all to do this. 30 minutes after you have consumed coffee with caffeine, check your BP. If your BP reading increases by 5 to 10 millimeter of mercury, it means that there is something that your body doesn't appreciate as far as the caffeine is concerned, and your blood pressure health. So be really conscious. Reduce your stress level. You can't be God. God is God. If you are tired, rest. Know when to say no. Know when to say yes. If you are stressed up, if you don't manage your stress very well, you find yourself in trouble. There are foods you can take to help you. We have the leafy green vegetables. They are rich in magnesium. They are rich, especially some of the fruits too, in potassium. And magnesium-potassium combination, we've spoken about it extensively on this segment, that it helps to relax you, it helps to calm you down, it takes care of anxiety, it takes care of postpartum depression. So whatever your stress is, make sure you manage. Sometimes saying thank you to you can even help me relax, because thank you will definitely come with a smile. And that will kind of affect even my blood pressure in a good sense. Monitor your BP at home. Or you can walk to any good pharmacy or hospital near you and have your BP checked. If you check and you are above 120 by 80, you need to seek help, because let me go back to the figures. If you have a normal BP, it is below 120 to 180. That is below. And then if you have elevated, it is between 120 to 129 over less than 80. If you have stage 1 hypertension, it is normally between 130 to 139 at the top, and then 80 to 89 at the bottom. If you are at stage 2, you are between 140 to 180 at the top, and then 90 to 120 at the bottom, where it is called an hypertensive crisis, you are above 180 and you are above 120 below.
And
so
then
when
you're heading for doom.
Then there is trouble for you.
Right.
If you have this and you even feel good, you need to go to the hospital. If you have even the elevated, anything above normal, you need to seek help.
Right. Let's look at some of the foods that can help reverse this condition. Obviously, these foods need to be rich in potassium and magnesium. So let's run through.
Okay, so I will start off by saying that you need to make sure you are eating healthy foods. Foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids. There is a supplement in here for you if you need to be substituted. I met a client yesterday, and no matter how good salmon is, she can't take salmon.
Wow.
So yes. So like I said, the fact that I sit here and say that salmon is one of the best foods you can have in the world, but for somebody, salmon doesn't work. Broccoli is one of the most healthiest vegetable on the planet, but for some people, they cannot take it. So salmon, broccoli, they are all healthy foods.
So we'll have some of the images on the screen now.
And vegetables are all very good as far as foods that helps with your blood pressure is concerned. We have chicken, the lean part, especially the chicken breast part, very expensive but the most healthiest. Take off the skin. Spinach, broccoli, dandelion, it's found it's common here. We have orange, lime, lemon, very rich in vitamin C. There is a vitamin C supplement in here. So vitamin C will help as far as assimilation of some of these nutrients are concerned. We have ginseng, that is very dicey but very good. Lemons, very, very good. We have kale, we have avocado, one of the most healthiest also on the planet. Tomato, turmeric, we spoke about it 3 weeks ago. The presence of curcumin makes it very good, and it is blessed with a lot of antioxidants. Apple, the Granny Smith type, that is the green type, very healthy as far as you taking care of your health. Banana, oats, grapes, watermelon, strawberries. And so if you are eating a variety of fruits and vegetables, you should be okay.
All right. I see you have your BP reader here, so we are going to invite Safwa to join us so we can check her BP. And you just run us through the process. So if you're home and then you have the kit, you can just check it. As she mentioned earlier, do well to check your BP regularly, and if you find yourself in any of the categories she's mentioned already,
I need your left.
It will be best that you keep checking your BP to be sure that you're within safe
So
zones.
you need to first make sure you are so relaxed. Safwa, are you so relaxed? You need to relax.
If you're not looking at my face, you will be.
Okay, so I think that we need to do a little swapping. If Nana, you can come here. Safwa, you come here so that the viewers could see you.
Safwa is going to take my seat.
Because I need your left. It's better to do it with the left.
Okay.
So relax.
Is there a particular reason why?
So with BP check, normally you realize that some people enter the facility and as soon as you get there, they wouldn't even allow you to relax. I'm happy that Safwa has been here for over 20 minutes trying to kind of relax. You need to make sure you are relaxed. Just have a chat with him. Just feel comfortable.
Oh, you'll be fine. There's no injection, so
put your hand here. So yes, you need to make sure that it is really done properly, and let's hope that Safwa will make City proud, because if your BP is bad, then it means that you are doing all the wrong stuff. But don't worry, genetics can defend you in this regard.
Okay.
So that is basically it. And for people, we spoke about the fact that if your weight is so bad, you need to make sure you work on your weight. This is one supplement that is very good. You need to make sure, aside eating well, I always say that supplements are 20 to 30% as part of my treatment package, and 60 to 70% I do with what you are eating. So let's hope that when you hear the noise, just alert me. So you need to work on your weight if your weight is bad. This is also another supplement for really killing your weight. Yes. And then we spoke about the heart healthy foods. Omega-3 fatty acid is very, very good as far as you improving on your heart health is concerned. So if you can't eat salmon like the patient I worked on yesterday, definitely supplementation might be critical for you. We spoke about vitamin C rich foods. If you you are very deficient as far as even vitamin C is concerned. My grandmother has ulcer, or maybe I have ulcer, or any peptic issues, or anything having to do, with my gastric health. And so I may not be able to take vitamin C rich foods. You can easily be supplemented on this vitamin C. And so that is what these supplements will do for you as part of the package. Then you consult a nutritionist like myself or a dietitian, a professional one, and then we make sure a meal plan is designed for you to take care of that. So yes, Tuffour 129 by 88. Tuffour is okay, I will say. Tuffour is okay, though when you relate it to the figures we gave, as far as hair diastolic or the base is concerned, Tuffour is a little bit found around the elevated levels. So Tuffour, you need to really be careful. I'll check afterwards for you. Maybe you're a bit tense, but you find yourself, if you are stressed up, like I spoke about, manage your stress well. If you are stressed up and you are not managing your stress well, it can also contribute to this. What's on your mind? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine.
All right. Okay, so thank you very much. Akua, where can we find you?
Okay, so on Instagram at the nutritionist Akosia, at the nutritionist Akosia, on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, nutritionist Akosia, and you can call me or WhatsApp me on 0243 350206.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you, Tuffour.
Thank you for having me.
This is still Breakfast Daily on City TV. We'll be right back.
It is Christmas. What do you want for Christmas? A new car, a vacation, or expand your business? Make your wish and have it come true in the 100 days of Christmas with a Republic Bank Christmas loan. The Republic Christmas loan is quick, easy, and so affordable with super fast turnaround time. Come into any of our branches nationwide. Call or WhatsApp 055-654-3212 or apply online via republicghana.com. Remember, wear your nose mask, stay safe. Republic Bank, we are the one for you.
During tough times, we need a competent leader we can trust to keep us all safe.
Nana gave me free water when I needed it most to keep me clean and safe from COVID-19.
Nana gave me lower cost of internet during COVID-19 to operate my small business from home.
Nana told us to trust him to keep our children safe from COVID-19 when we send them back to school. Nana was right.
Nana gave me free electricity in my hour of need during COVID-19.
Nana told us to trust him to keep Ghana safe from COVID-19.
On the 7th of December, you will be going to the polls to elect a member of parliament. How well do you know your constituency?
We take a visit to the Awutu Senya East constituency of the Central region. We are coming to you from the Inshayaso constituency in the Ashanti region. I'm still in the Aswanse constituency.
Political parties will be campaigning for your vote.
We have done almost about 80 to 90 different projects across the country.
There is no single school under any electoral area that has not seen the development of Honorable Muntaka.
But as a constituent, what will inform your choice of a candidate to represent you in Parliament?
My party is my community. What program are you bringing in to solve my problem of my community?
Be involved in what concerns you. My name is Fremedu Nyame. Join me on the constituency for all you need to know concerning your socio-economic development. The constituency airs on City TV Mondays to Thursdays.
Welcome back. It's Breakfast Daily on City TV. Thank you so much for staying with us. Now, I have some of the most talented young people in the country here with me right now. I'm talking about Irajua, Uriel, and Kelvin. A big congratulations to all three of you. And of course, Irajua, our superstar. I'll start with you. How was the journey like for you?
It has been interesting.
How was the grand finale? When you woke up on Saturday, what were you feeling?
I was nervous, very nervous, but I knew I would.
Did you think you would win?
Yes.
Really?
But when they brought me out for eviction, I wasn't so sure.
Okay, Uriel, how has the journey been for you?
It's been amazing because I've not tried any genre of music apart from classical. So when I was introduced to this competition, I tried other genres, and I've also improved on my playing.
What did you find most challenging?
The fact that we're supposed to learn pieces in just 1 week. So you had a lot of pressure from school and the keyboard competition.
Okay. Calvin, tell us about your experience.
Yeah, my experience has been so amazing, and also the competition has been challenging.
What made it challenging for you?
Yeah, because I'm not the only person who is good. Yeah, Irajua is good, everybody is good. So, but I knew I was going to be the keyboard idol, but turns out things didn't go as I expected. Yeah.
Were you shocked?
Yeah, I was disappointed. Because I topped the first round, the second round, and the third round I was second. So I expected the first,
But you're all winners.
Yeah.
Okay.
How did it feel when your name was mentioned? Walk us through those really difficult seconds.
I felt like crying.
Why?
Because I didn't expect to be the keyboard idol. But I knew I was going to win, but I wasn't so sure. And when Jessica mentioned my name, I was just so happy.
Did you blank out for a minute or no?
No.
And your dad threw you?
No.
You will. How was the preparation like for young people watching us who may want to participate in season 2? What should they look out for?
Try other genres of music as well. So don't say I'll try only classical music and that's all, because you have to try other genres to see how beautiful they are, and also try as much as possible to devote yourself and feel what you're playing.
Okay.
That way you can learn it faster and you can express it more beautifully.
What about the other people that you met? What were some of your, most fun moments on keyboard idol?
The boot camp was an interesting one.
What did you like about it?
The food, the workouts, and the music lessons as well.
Okay. What about you, Carmen? The boot camp as well?
Yeah, especially the workout.
What did you like about the workout?
Yeah, when they told us to hold our partners and
Okay, what about evictions? How did you guys feel every week when you feel like maybe I might go home? How did you deal with that? You can take that one, Iraj.
It was intense because you don't know who will go out, if it's Kelvin going out this week, or Uriel, or you, like, you're very nervous.
So how do you deal with that? For some people, they want to cry, their hearts are pounding, you have all these cameras in front of you. Uriel, how do you deal with that?
Usually, I forgot about evictions. I don't know how I forgot. On Fridays, it just came in my mind. Then on Saturday, I would come and see that one person had left, and I'd be really surprised. But usually, evictions never came to my mind.
Wow. Okay. So what's next for you guys?
Maybe before the year ends, I'll have a peace concert. Yeah, because we are in the election year.
Okay.
I want to promote peace.
A peace concert. Okay.
Yeah. And
I will be performing the whole book of Handel's Messiah.
Wow. Do you know the date yet, or you'll tell us later?
I'll tell you later.
Okay, you will.
I'll also be learning the whole Handel Messiah, and I'll also be trying a book on Goldberg variations by J.S. Bach.
Okay, why that?
Musicologists describe it as one of the greatest keyboard works ever written. So I want to improve my playing and try something challenging.
Wow. Calvin?
Yeah, I also want to play with bigger, great people.
Do you have anyone in mind they could be watching so that they can reach out to you and we'll have a big collaboration?
Yeah, like people like Jamestown.
Jamestown, okay.
Emoji and
Emoji.
Also, I would like to play all the classicals.
So beyond Keyboard Idol, what do you guys do for fun? Because I'm sure people want to know who you are beyond all of it. So I'll start with you, Iraja.
I like playing with my siblings.
Okay, how many siblings do you have?
I have 4 siblings.
Okay.
3 girls and a boy.
What do you guys do?
We play games, we watch movies and TV series together.
And you sing as well?
No.
You don't sing?
Yeah.
Your sister sings?
Yeah, she
Next time you bring her, so that she'll sing for us and you play the keyboard.
Okay.
What about you?
Usually I hang out with friends and I also play basketball.
Basketball?
Yeah.
Wow. How is that like?
So usually on weekends, after practicing, getting close to 4 o'clock, we go to the basketball court and we play. And after that, if it's not really late, we try to roam about and just talk about things that we think about.
What kind of things do you guys talk about? We'll talk about that off air. Calvin?
Yeah, I also hang out with my friends. Sometimes we chat and all those stuff. And also, I love football.
Football?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't actually know how to play.
Okay.
Yeah,
but would you learn just for the fun of it, or?
No, but I will learn basketball rather.
Okay. So maybe you can help him learn basketball a bit. Now back to Saturday night. How did you feel?
I was feeling really confident.
Okay.
Because we had 2 weeks to practice. Aside the usual 1 week. So I was quite confident I was going to win, but it didn't turn out that way.
And how did that make you feel? But you're still a winner anyway.
Yes. It wasn't too much of a big deal because this was my first keyboard competition, and I never played in public, so I actually saw it as a great achievement to be part of the first 3.
Wow. Any advice for young people watching?
Oh yeah. I think they should believe in themselves. They can do anything they want to if they set themselves up to do it. And they should believe in themselves.
Thank you guys so much for being with us. A big congratulations. I mean,
Thank you.
kind of things you guys have been able to do. 90% of us can't even attempt to do it. So we're so proud of all 3 of you. We know you're going to go on to do great things. And you can always come back to Breakfast Daily to perform for us, promote your event, whatever it is, we're family. Thank you.
Thank you.
Raja, Uriel, and Kelvin for being with us. And a big thank you to the sponsors of Keyboard Idol, Santal Energy, Asanka, powered by Tech Aid, and Faith Work Music School. And of course, Keyboard Idol was powered by City TV. Up next, we're going to learn how to cook some really delicious meals. I won't give it away because I'm smelling it. And as I told you earlier, I personally don't know what I enjoy more, talking to Chef Ruby or eating Chef Ruby's food. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You're welcome back. It's time now for the cooking segment, and Chef Ruby is here. She's going to treat us to something amazing this morning.
Good morning.
I can perceive something nice already. All right, Chef. So what are we doing this morning?
Today, we want to, as always, we want to make sure that it is colorful, nutritious, and it's very simple to eat. Okay. We got a sort of a countdown to Christmas.
Yeah.
So this is the best opportunity to collect a few of this recipe so that come the festive time you could do something different. I brought in a very healthy salad, but fun at the same time. Okay. It is a Mexican chicken salad, and I like it because from that climate they eat a lot of the things that we eat here. Yeah. You know, things like corn, they find it very easy, a lot of beans. So today with our salads we got a lot of different things, but a lot of also crunch. Okay. We're going to do something, they normally have like tortilla chips and they put it in the salad, but we also have plantain chips, which can be a little bit of an additional thing. As you're well aware, I'm very much love textures in salads. I think that is what makes it interesting to eat. If you can get different crunch and you're chewing on it, you're not missing your meats and your sort of chewy things. So today we have the salad is quite simple. Starting off with lettuce, just our local lettuce. I bought this lettuce for 2 cedis. 2 cedis, and this much, and I literally picked up, you know, in between the stuff that's already sort of even ripped up and everything else. This is 2 cedis lettuce, so nobody can accuse salad of being too expensive. It is literally not, and it's literally the stuff in your fridge or at home already. And then I bought some cucumber, so I'm going to put some cucumber on the side. The whole idea with the salad is it's also really good skill set in the sense that you have to chop a lot, which improves your knife skills. I've got some tomatoes, and as always I love cherry tomatoes, so I did some cherry tomatoes, and then I did normal tomatoes and I diced it. I took the seeds out of the big tomatoes because I find it makes it a little bit watery, and because we have a dressing on the salad, I don't want it to be too wet. I've got some onions. I mean, what would Ghanaians do without a bit of onions in our salad? So we lay in our salad. I think also have fun with it. I quite like to have lots of colors because I think it just makes it appetizing and to start off with. Today we're having a really good stuffer. So I have beans, I have kidney beans, I have some red beans, which is superfood. Really good stuff to have in your diet. And it's good fiber, it is good for your guts and everything else. So we're going to put some beans in there on the side. So this is like, it's going to fill you up. We have some peppers for our vitamin C, which is there. And as always, this salad is like enough for 10 people for a family and things. I bought in a tin of sweet corn. Then I bought some cheddar cheese and I diced that. So I'm going to have some sweet corn here, some cheddar cheese. You don't have to have the cheese with it, but I do think that by the time we share it amongst 10 people, it's quite a little bit of cheese. It's not too much, and it's a bit of fun. So already look at how our salad is looking like. Very colorful. So we're building up, aren't we? We have some avocado, and what I've done is, if you want to prepare this in advance, squeeze a little bit of lemon or lime on it. It will stop it going dark. So you can actually prepare this in advance. It's good fat. That's the thing with avocado, but obviously everything else is in moderation and things. Then chicken.
Chicken.
We have char-grilled chicken, which I seasoned it up with all-purpose seasoning, lime and lemon, and I grilled it. And it's a breast, so it's not really too fatty. I personally, this time, I left the skin on a bit because we're going to have a little piece, and I thought, a little bit of a breast. You don't have to put that on there, but you can. And so
this is charcoal grilled.
Oh yes. And the good thing is with this is that it has a really nice seasoning, so it's already flavorful. It's not this very bland type of food and everything else. I made my dressing, which we will give you the recipe, with some oil. I had some paprika, cumin in there, some chili, lime and lemon in there as well. Little bit of tomato ketchup went into this as well.
Oh, okay.
Just to give us, and paprika, smoked paprika is good. And some nice chili. So Scotch bonnet, diced it very small, took the seeds out of it, and then we're good to go.
Right.
And you know what this does is, because I wanted this sauce to be modified, which is a little bit thicker. This is where the you know, sort of the ketchup went in there. So it's a little bit thicker than the usual dressings that we normally do here, but it has that flavor that you smell and you're like, Go for it.
Oh boy. Now I want to gulp this down.
Then a little bit of that dressing we're going on there to make sure that it is on there.
Wow.
And imagine, you know, you do your Sunday, which is my favorite day in the whole week is Sunday. And the reason I love it so much is that we have so much fun at the house with the kids.
Yeah.
And we just make things. And my kids keep naming the salads after them. So this one is Nane's one. She's having a lot of fun with her friend Leah and Amira, which is their birthday weekend.
Okay.
So she's like, oh, you know, Mommy, you know, this is my salad.
So happy birthday to in advance.
Exactly, the happy birthday to Leah and Amira. And then with this salad, you know, the Mexican will normally put some tortilla chips.
Yeah.
But we have
doing our plantain
chips here.
Awesome.
So we want crunch. You know, the whole thing with, you know, this type of salad is that once you've done it like that, like I've always said, create a drama out of it on the table. Get everybody else to kind of mix it up and do it. So we don't want to sort of, oh, we made it, that's it, and then that's it. Get the kids. I always say get
everybody
the kids
involved.
Because if you start the young with different texture and different flavors, what you'll find is there'll be less fussy people in life later. It's like, that's what they say, when you're weaning a baby. I mean, my good friend just had a little baby, Zita, a wonderful little baby, Isabel.
There.
And you know, we would talk about baby's food, and we're like, you wean her off with stuff that is natural and the textures are good, so that later on you don't become like, you get a child that is fussy with food and stuff. So once you mix it up, we want a bit of crunch as a garnish.
So that's where we get to drop our chips.
We put some chips in there, and we come into this year and you see how the texture of this crunch creates a difference in the actual eating of this, because you got soft, you got noise. Because eating is all about the senses.
Yeah.
It's about 5 senses
now
in
I
the world.
see why Dziffa seems to like you so much. Dziffa, if you can join us.
Dziffa just loves food. Nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. She just
she loves your food. Your food.
And it's always a pleasure, obviously, coming to see my family and City News.
Yeah.
And I just want people to understand that choosing to be a bit healthy doesn't have to mean that you have to go out of your complete comfort zones. I know that, you know, we talk about all this lovely different veg and broccoli.
I'll taste it while you...
and all those things, but there is also alternative with these things where the taste is familiar to you, and you can start off little by little, and then from then your taste buds will naturally develop, and then you want to try different things anyway. So like the things I put in this particular salad, if you had a different beans, you could use it. So if you had a black eye beans, you could use it easily. If you had even like a banana scotch that you wanted to roast, you could use it. That's the fun thing about a salad. You're doing a style of Mexican salad. It doesn't mean that everything, you couldn't put some alternatives in there.
It doesn't have to be traditional. You can always try something new.
Exactly.
It's delicious, Chef Ruby. I taste everything. And it's your food. It's not every food that I like.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Where do you follow you on social media?
Definitely Chef Ruby Pencil on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I am there everywhere. And thanks to everybody. Last time I was here with the prawn salad, a lot of people contacted, got the recipe. And I just want a feedback to how they got on with it. I'm always at Rich, you know, we need to talk about food. This is more of a space for us to be able to develop. And I am more than happy to guide and help in that sense.
We are more than happy to always have you here. I mean, you can tell by looking at your face.
Yes, I can't wait for us to go on a break so that I can enjoy More of this salad, and I love the plantain version so that we don't need to use nachos. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back.
Fantastic.
Representing a country is no small feat.
Your Excellency, I want us to talk a little bit about how you grew up, because we're here at the farm, and I mean, when we met with you, my producer and I, about a week ago or so, we were very moved by how connected you are to the agricultural space. I came here just to pound meat. I'm so excited about it. So what we've been doing is steaming some beef, and if you know anything about Botswana and beef, one of the biggest exporters of beef in the world. Join me, Apioko Sarah Mashong Abe, on Diplomatic License every Saturday at 5 p.m. only on City TV.
You're welcome back. Now, all morning we've been treated to some good music from Fairy Tale. We just want to have a quick conversation with him, find out about him, what his interests are. Obviously, he's doing music, so he's interested in music. But aside music, what else? Who are you, Fairy Tale?
Okay, Fairy Tale is a graduate from the Blue Crest University College.
Okay.
Also a wine connoisseur. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, how did you get into that?
From Everything Gourmet Wines, Auntie Carol introduced me. And it was better from there. So it's like she taught me how to even mention the names of the wines and how to serve people. And my God being so good, it's like I can do more with wines.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
awesome.
Now your music, what inspires it?
Okay, so me myself, I've been through a lot in life, and it's like we didn't get life easy like that, you know. But so most of the times, what normally inspires me is like taking life easy and taking life at a day at a time.
Okay.
Like don't rush the life.
Okay.
Because I've seen people come up, I've seen people go down. I want to come and stay, not to go down. No, so it's like whatever I do, even from here, as I sang, you can see that most of the songs we're talking about life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's me. So life normally inspires me to do more in my music career. Yeah,
all right.
Life.
Now, you are not just singing, you're also a sound engineer. You mix and master all your music.
Yeah.
Right, so you actually went to study music as well?
No.
How did you learn that?
It's like my daddy bought the machines.
Okay.
We normally do DJ stuff. So I was also a DJ before.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
After
so
school.
Like 1,000, you've been everything.
Yeah, I was also a DJ before. So it's like, he bought the machines and I was like, I want to sing.
Aww.
So I started singing with my small sister's name.
Okay.
You know, then she do like, you are like, are you kidding? And I'm like, nah. So back in there, I think 2007.
All right.
And everything began from there after school.
Awesome.
So it's like, I've been in the game for over 12 years now.
All right. So where can people follow you and also find your music?
Okay, fine. On all social media platforms and also available on all the stores.
Okay.
Stores,
Your name?
I'm Fairy Tale, but normally people call me Clive Sorin. That's my real name.
All right. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you at home for joining. We do have a special birthday. Mr. Davis Tay of Cloudy, Ghana, Africa, Tokyo. We love you. This is coming from Pastor Emmanuel, your brother from Lakeside Estate. My name is Dziffa Ametam.
And mine is Nana Tuffour. Many thanks. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
natural disaster, conflict, social instability,